How's that? Gaat en goede, yeah? Well, you know what these are? Well, at night you have different radio stations coming through them and different TV channels. They are 1.5 meters apart and there's 9 of them. Each one of these have got at least one plug with obviously a lot of adapters. So, and then I'm sure each one of them's got a kettle, right? Because you got to have water or tea, or have some water in the morning to wash up with. So for one household, that's way too much electricity. Look at that, 6 dishes in one premises. And there's another 4. It looks like this from Randfontein to Joburg. All over. Near big shopping centers, near taxi ranks. Yes, it looks like this in Sandton and Randburg as well. The only difference is they got 8 to 10 foot walls. No difference. I've been in some of their yards. I can assure you none of this is legal. So how many buildings do we get up here? Where do all the electricity come from? Holy, oh. Three flats. Eight flats, yeah. And I'm guessing these are the toilets. This is not about illegal buildings. No, this is about load shedding. Let me explain. Now the average house has a 60 amp earth leakage. But the bigger houses has an 80 amp earth leakage. Now let's say 4 out of 4 tenants want to use their kettle at approximately the same time. It's going to cause a 60 amp breaker to trip because they got their cell phones and decoders and everything still connected. So when you plug in a faulty appliance, it trips for now. The owner's not sure why it's tripping. Is it overload? Or is it the earth leakage? The one who caused the trip, I'm now not sure if they did cause the trip or not. And they're not going to tell anybody they caused the trip either. The owner now considers to bypass the earth leakage after a few trips. 2 days later you plug in the appliance and now it doesn't trip because the owner has bypassed the earth leakage. So there's now no protection, and if you get shocked it can kill you. Now it doesn't trip on the DB board in the house anymore on overload. No, it trips here, or it trips here, or it trips here, or it trips here, which is now above 60 amp, or it trips here. Now look at this. Those circuit breakers are supposed to be under a covering. Now they're out in the open rain. So yeah, slight bit of rain, the whole area trips, no wonder. There's a cable that's joint, and it's got a piece of wood taped to the street lamp pole so that it doesn't touch the pole. No wonder you get shocked when you touch these lamp poles. Look at that. All these breakers are hanging on the outside. That is what it should look like, under a plastic dome like that, from protection from the rain. After a few trips from these, or these, or those, the council comes out a couple of times, and because it's stripped so many times, and then eventually for a small fee he'll bypass it for you, and you yourselves, you bypass these for free. But at the end of the day, they will trip you. Now don't look at this mess, I'm not responsible for it, but as you can see, it is one dangerous setup. But anyway, there's 3 rows of fuses, and at the bottom of them you can see there's usually connected red, yellow and blue. Those are for the houses. So if you've got 15 houses, number 1, 4, 7, 10 and 13 will be connected to the red, in other words first phase, and on the second phase you will have 2, 5, 8, 11 and 14, and on the blue phase you will have 3, 6, 9, 12 and 15. Now on these things that I've explained, if it bypasses, and eventually it gets hot and it will blow the fuse. But I will put an insert on the photos, I'm going to try my best, but these fuses are bypassed, and the council doesn't carry fuses with them anymore like they used to. Can you believe it? I've seen that a dozen times now. But when this gets bypassed, then this transformer has no option but to start getting hot and blow. So either this transformer blows, or the one supplying it blows, because it's too much, too severe. Now if it doesn't blow the fuse, it will blow where the cable is either thinnest or where it's the hottest, and in most cases it'll burn your house down. But then this starts affecting bigger areas to trip. No matter the size of the power station, old or new, this will only get worse with time. And looking like this is disastrous. So whether the electricity is used in a squatter camp or in Sandton, it doesn't care for you. If it's bypassed, it will cause chaos wherever it is. Now when a fuse keeps tripping and keeps blowing, the council has to go to all of those houses on that street to rectify the problem. But they don't have the time to go to each and every house. That's why they bypass it rather, because it's easier rather than going to check every house. And even if they do go and check every house, the people has got to be cut off, switched off, or whatever, and they need to get a proper qualified electrician to redo all the electrical. People do not have money for that, and again, there goes a bribe. So whether you've got a new pillar box, or a new substation, or a new power station, or even a new ESCOM, if we don't get to the root of the problem, and I've just shown you where the root of the problem is, we ain't going nowhere. So from Gauteng Guru, your sins will catch up with you.